fold-up chairs from the bus station for a panel.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
There's something in your crotch. What? No, you should keep it there.
Okay.
And this is what the next hour is going to be like.
Do not pay attention to my crotch, anyone. Everyone, do not look at my crotch.
Are you making a joke about your crotch and like the white elephant in the room? No. What sort of
I call my crotch the white elephant.
All right, well. Hey, I said it, not you.
But I thank you for it.
Clare, everybody. That's Clare.
Let's be honest, we loved it. Anyway, let's kick off this hour of power. Let's talk about this brand and this franchise, which has been around 23 years. It's such longevity. You guys have all, you guys on the end started. You came in 2001. But, the reality is there's not too many brands like this. What do you think resonates with the fans? Like, what is it about Power Rangers?
Bulk, let's go.
For sure.
Well, check it out. I think Power Rangers came out at a time when superheroes were overwhelmingly, shall we say, male and white. Okay? And no matter what whatever jokes we make about it. You know what I'm saying? I know. I don't want to mention, but there's a white guy right there. I'm so embarrassed. But no, I mean, the Power Rangers were one of the first multicultural superhero teams. I know someone that was doing their PhD on superheroes, and he said to Walt, he said, "You realize you're probably the first live-action black superhero." Yep. And I don't know if he's entirely true, but that'll tell you where Power Rangers was. I think that's why it resonated with people so strongly.
Yeah, it was relatable and attainable in kind of like a different way.
Yes.
Yeah. What was it like for you guys, at least, when you first heard about the series, auditioned for the roles? What was that process like, and what did you think? Were you like, okay, this is we're going to be playing the bullies, and what was the process?
I'll let you start.
Yeah, Paulie, go.
Well, I love Giant Robot, and I like Ultraman. And when I found out I was going to get a chance to do a show that was based on the Japanese series, I was like, this is rad! And then I saw the Japanese footage, and it was like animal cracker boxes in somebody's closet that somebody shot the And I was like, this is sucking. We are going to work for 6 months, and then the first week it was #1 in the world, and didn't stop there. Yeah. So it was, so being a co-star, we got a lot of time in our dressing room, the one we shared for 8 years.
You got to be very close.
Well, the funny thing is that they said, no, they like to share a dressing room. We'll keep them together. It's like taking a bunch of fish and putting them in the tank. No, they like to be together like that. You got one fish going through, eating all the little fish. Don't worry, the fish love to eat.
A few of us were forced to go to college, right? You know how it's like sharing a room with someone? 2 straight guys in a room trying to change their pants.
Lots of pillow jokes.
Pick your corner. All right, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
So it's safe to say that you did see the white elephant. Okay, we get you. Well, how much influence did you guys have over your characters?
Well,
they wrote Bulk and Skull for us.
Yeah, they didn't know what they wanted to do with the bullies. I mean, when they started off for the pilot, they weren't called Bulk and Skull. They were called Punks 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so what happened was, I'm gonna toot your horn. Hey! This is a kids show. Keep hitting it with white elephants and tooting people's horns. So here's the deal: is that when they first did it, Bulk and Skull were legitimate bullies. Okay, but Paulie happened to be the better actor of the bullies. And one of the producers, who was Tony Oliver, I think, and Paulie really hit it off. And he said,
Rick Hunter from Robotech.
And he said, this guy can really act. We don't know yet what we want to do with these bullies. We just know that the Power Rangers need to kick ass in the intergalactic world and at the high school. So they put Paulie as the bully in charge. Then they decided the other bully couldn't follow him as well, so they recast him as an ugly guy with a big nose. And so Paulie and I knew that our jobs were tenuous at best. And so we're like, let's just do everything we can to keep these jobs. So we improvise the hell out of everything, you know? When producers don't know what they want, you gotta show them. And boy, do we show them a lot.
I can only imagine. After spending 5 minutes on stage with you. What it was like to be on set. It must have been wonderful. All right, so now Jason, you roll around in 2001 and you auditioned for the series. What was your experience like? You know, you had all these iterations to look back on already.
Yeah, you know, it was really cool. I auditioned for the show the 2 years previous. That's right, time for us. So 2 years previously I auditioned for it, and I had been doing soap operas at the time, so I auditioned, didn't get it. A year later comes by for Lightspeed, auditioned, didn't get it. And then the third year, they call me back again. I'm thinking, God, okay, we'll go back up there and do this again, right? Went up there, it was a little bit different when we started doing it because the show had really taken off. The audition took, I want to say, about 3 or 4 months. They brought us back 5 times, so it was every time, yeah, you would do it, and then for 3 weeks you'd hear nothing. Like, oh man, I didn't get it again. They bring us back, so it was a very long process. And even the very ending point, it was down to 2 Red Rangers and 2 Pink Rangers, and we're all in the room, 10 of us, and we all know who's our competition. And they bring us in, they want to see how we matched height-wise, and so it was a crazy process. But I remember exactly where I was when I got the role, and so excited to do it, and everything's been changed since then.
That's amazing. And you just finished filming the next Resident Evil, right? In Japan. Tell us about that. What can you tell us?
Yeah, we have any Resident Evil fans out here? So, fortunately for me, which was actually Power Rangers helped us, I auditioned and did all the motion capture work for Leon Kennedy in the Resident Evil 6 video game. Leon, oh man. And that was a 2-year job. Those video games are huge, so not to talk video games, but then they had me come back and reprise Leon again, and I spent a little over 3 weeks filming Resident Evil Vendetta, which I think they'll announce at Comic-Con next year for the animated movie next year.
That's no spoiler. All right, you guys. Well, I could sit up here and talk to them all day, but I know you guys probably have some questions. Line up at the mics. We'll get through as many as we can. And while they organize themselves, you two on the end, you two jokesters over there. In all seriousness, I want to ask you, how has the role, you know, you played a really important role that you played seasons 1 to part 3. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, but bullying is out of style now, right? Bullying is like passé. And thank God, because bullying is stupid, right? Because bullies, you know what bullies always get? They get punched in the neck, eventually. Yeah, that happens. So, you know, when it comes to bullies and the Power Rangers, you know we got this new movie coming out from Lionsgate Entertainment, right? And so everybody keeps asking, where's Bulk and Skull? Where's Bulk and Skull in the movie? And we've realized that if you remember our series, the Rangers were kind of these quintessential jock, athletic, gymnast, kind of cool kids from the school.
They were the beautiful kids.
And Bulk and Skull were the outsiders.
When were the beautiful kids the ones that were ever bullied?
Have you seen the trailer for the new movie? Suddenly the Rangers are the troubled teens, and there is no Bulk and Skull.
You know
why? No, it's fine. You know why? Because we said, no way. You're not using us. We're not doing your movie. Okay, that didn't happen. Yeah, that didn't happen. But they did hire a couple really cute mean girls. So, mean girls are today what Bulk and Skull were in the 90s. So...
Have they not seen you in a dress?
I think we've all seen me in a dress multiple times.
way too many times.
Every Wednesday night.
It's like Laverne and Shirley the later years, anytime Bulk and Skull put on a dress for crying out loud.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yes.
Those legs? You want to see our legs?
Thanks.
Oh boy.
It's kind of a mouse.
If this was the Victorian era, this would be pornography.
So in all seriousness, with the new new trailer. I think a lot of people are really excited about the movie. I think a lot of the fans are disappointed more of the original cast and characters weren't brought in. But
Yeah, but there's like 1,000 of us. Where does it end? Where do you have like a football game and everyone in the stands is like a former Ranger? Because that's what you would need 4 city buses to move these people to set. All right, let's walk first, team. So many Rangers.
that's pretty much how it would go down. So many Rangers, so little time. Maybe you guys didn't hear me. You can ask questions. The mic stands aren't here, but there's 2 lovely assistants. Line up. They're not going to come to you. You need to line up. So let's start right over here with you. Hi.
Hi. My name is Paulie. Jason, good to see you again. So this is one for you. We were talking yesterday about all the Ranger reunions and everything, and how they always bring back the older Rangers in the newer series. I was just wondering if you had to pick out a series that was your favorite return out of all the ones they do when they do the Ranger bringbacks.
Favorite return?
If I could choose one to return on,
Yeah.
it'd be right now.
Yeah. I mean, Bryan Cranston, what's not to,
Right, I mean, or the movie or the new series coming out, and I'm very close with the producer of it, so there'll be some fun stuff coming up.
All right. Thank you.
That was like almost a spoiler.
Almost,
So,
but not quite.
but well, we don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Hi.
Things that make you go.
Hey guys, I'm Bryant.
Hey, Brian.
First of all, I've been watching the show for a while. My favorite scene is actually a Bulk and Skull moment of, you guys probably remember this better than I do.
You mean Countdown to Destruction?
Not that, it was actually a simpler scene.
I guess we don't remember it.
It's when a baby carriage is rolling down a hill and everyone's going after it, and you guys, not even thinking we could get a reward, it's just, you guys just book it down to save the child. It really holds a place in my heart because it's the first time we see you guys doing something completely selfless for the community.
Well, they cut out the scene where we later sold the child.
Jen, can you take this for a minute?
But thanks for giving us the benefit of the doubt.
But my question is, for all of you guys, what was the best, the biggest, God, come on.
Biggest or best?
No worries. You're doing great, man.
Just breathe, brother. It's all right.
Breathe slow.
In. There you go.
Now, next time the oxygen comes out, put words with it.
Thank you very much. Alright, my question would be, what moment of each of your characters do you think really sticks out to you in like your best moments?
Best moment for each of your characters.
Alright, I got one. I'll give you guys a second. I'll give you guys a second to think about it. You know what I think mine was is when, in the End of Time Part 1, 2, or 3, I forget which one it was, where myself and Dan Southern, who played the role of Eric, had that exchange where I finally turned him to help us at the end, because Wes was alone at the end right when he went back in time. So that moment where him and I had that final exchange when the world was going down, I think that was a really good moment for those two characters.
That was a great part of part 2.
Yeah.
Was it Part 2, right? Yeah.
You know, there was one. There's one thing people always say about Vulcan Skulls, that they had fierce loyalty to one another, but we never saw their friendship like tested. So there was the one episode where Skull played the piano, the instrument of destruction, where Skull was afraid that he wasn't going to get Bulk's acceptance, and at the end, Bulk gets up in front of him like he's going to kick his ass, and then forgives him for being able to play the piano. But it really was the one time we got to see their relationship strains. That's one of my favorite moments.
Hey, do you remember that one time when we saw a monster and we yelled?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you said something that was kind of funny, and then I repeated you, but I used the word yeah, and I repeated whatever it was you said.
Oh my God, I want my mommy!
Yeah, I want your mommy!
Oh my!
And there you have it. Thank you. Great question.
Thank you guys for being here.
All right. Hi.
Hey, how's it going? My question is for Wes. Now, can you describe your on and off-screen relationship, if any, with Jen?
That's right.
It's okay, because she is like my little sister. We had a great time filming. Our cast was ridiculously close. To this day, they're brothers and sisters to me, and we're doing a lot of union shows with them. But her and I have always had a brother-sister relationship, and we maintain that to this day. and she's one of my dearest and closest friends. Yeah, so I wish I had more to give you with that, but...
Thank you. Yes, hi.
All right, my question is for
See
Jason.
you after the show, and I'll tell you the real truth. See you after the show. Is this on? Is this on?
All right, my question is for Jason and Paul. All right.
Which Jason?
Narvey, sorry. Sorry, Mr. Faunt. But,
No.
when you guys did In Space, the last episode of In Space was the last time we really saw you guys together. How did you guys feel when you guys had to be separated in Lost Galaxy?
Sucked.
Jason, Narvey wanted to go to college, man. And he delayed going to college for like 2 years for me because, you know, Vulcan Skull happening. And so when it was finally time for him to go,
It was a sad kind of realization, like, we gotta do this. You know, it's time to cut purse strings and run. So.
well, you know, he wasted his time because that PhD is useless to you.
Now, you know what? It's really good for helping, you know, catch the perspiration, you know? That's what the P stands for in PhD, perspiration.
But, you know, I know that you're grown up now and you got a job and you're probably shooting kids out like a cannon. Boom! Boom! But we did appear in Power Rangers Samurai, so...
That was my actual second part of the question. How did you guys feel when you guys got told that you two would reunite at the very last episode of Samurai?
Nobody told me. I forced them to bring him to New Zealand.
Thank you, guys.
No, that's no BS, dude. Well, first of all, they wanted to, as you will see very soon in this show, they wanted to recreate characters like Vulcan Skull to be comic relief. So they tried to cast kids, but they could not find kids that could pull it off. So they asked me to come in and help them cast, and in the end, they asked me to come and reprise the role of Bulk with the only kid that was actually pretty good, which was Felix, who played Spike, right? So in the course of like 9 trips to New Zealand in first class, yes, frequent fat guy miles, rocking it. You know, I kept asking, I was like, well, if you're gonna have Fatty back, you gotta have Flacco back. I mean, you can't have Gordo and no Flacco, it makes no sense. And so I only had 2 requests on the series. One was, for the love of Moses, bring the skinny guy back, at least for something. And the second one was, it was June 1st, we were shooting the scene with me in my samurai armor, and June 1st is my birthday. And I was like, what are you gonna do with this samurai armor after we wrap this show? Nothing, you're gonna throw it away or sell it. It's my birthday, I want it. And everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, that costs $15,000. I'm like, I don't care, I'm Paul Schrier, I want it. And so at the end of the day, it was in my dressing room. And now my wife was like, what are you doing with this? Get it out of the house.
Thank you so much. Yes, hi.
Hi. Hey, Paul. Jason. This question's actually for Jason Faunt. Sorry, guys.
They've had their time. Yes, ask away.
All right, I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what your movie The Order is about.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Absolutely. It's a movie starring a lot of Power Rangers that has nothing to do with Power Rangers, and it's the group of almost underground Navy SEALs, trained assassins that keep order within the world. And something happens in there, and Paul's involved in this as well, right?
I killed.
He kills. That turns the groups against each other. So there's a civil war of sorts with this very dynamic group of trained assassins. It's all Power Rangers, nothing to do with Power Rangers. The trailer's on, if you guys know, the-trailer. the-order-movie.com. Yeah. And we got flyers at the table too, so that's the movie, and we're starting filming in January.
And you should tweet that out so they can check out the trailer.
I will definitely, yep.
I'm gonna make sure you do that.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. Great question.
Bye, Logan. Thanks for the question.
Remember it now. What was the best pranks you pulled with your fellow actors while you were filming the series?
Okay.
Actually acting well was pretty unexpected.
Okay.
Pranks was and actually I'll take that question a step further. Which iteration of the series had the most pranksters within the cast?
Anytime Jason Frank was involved. we had the original cast, because they're like, you know, siblings at that point, you know, just, ow, 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 action. We gotta save them, guys, cut. So, it was just nonstop. It was, you know, who lit my suit on fire? Hey, there's a tiger
Balm in the Ranger suit.
Tiger Balm in the Ranger suits.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Hey, I'm gonna stand way too close to you during the shot and make you feel very uncomfortable.
Amy Jo, get away from me.
Tiger Balm, that sounds horrible. Thank you. Yes, hi.
Hi, as you know, I love Time Force. In fact, no offense to Morphin, I did love my Morphin. Then after that ended, after In Space ended, I found Time Force. I loved it. But Jason Faunt, I have two questions if you don't mind. How was it saying goodbye to Jen? Not the first time, but the last time in the final episode.
You know, it was actually truly an emotional day because the show was ending. We had done our 40 episodes, so we all knew it was going to end. So the way that we built that whole relationship up to have her leave like that, it was emotional because it was a family. We were all essentially breaking apart. So that was a very fun but very tough day for all of us.
And the second question is, how did you like them seeing them again? And of course, Wild Force.
You know, I thought that was a great reunion episode, the way they did it. It was really well done. It didn't maybe answer the questions of what happened to Wes and Jen, but it was fun to go back and meet the new cast, and it's always a great time to do those.
Thank you. You are awesome. The Red Ranger forever.
Thank you, brother.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How you doing today, guys?
Good.
I'm sorry, I just gotta say, you guys look fantastic. Like, time hasn't touched you at all. God damn.
No, but Paulie has.
Oh, man.
Eat more donuts, kid.
I will do. My question is, I'm a big mech guy, so I was curious, what's all of yours favorite Megazord?
Oh, they're a tech. Yeah, not from our show.
Megazord. Which one is yours?
Is a cop-out answer, but I'm gonna say Dragonzord.
Yeah, Dragonzord, that's what I was gonna say.
What, a Burgosaurus?
That a thing? Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi guys. If Jason, Paul, and Jason from 20 years ago could see what you have become today, what would they think and what would they say?
Younger self looking at older self says what?
My God, what happened to you?
Young me would say, I would tell young me to just keep living the dream because, you know, as long as you follow your heart, you can never go wrong, man, you know? And don't let anyone ever tell you you can't do what you want.
My high school drama teacher tried to get me to sell insurance for his network marketing thing. And he was like, and I said, but I want to be a professional actor, Trevor. Mr. Best.
Trevor.
And he said, well, when that doesn't work out, you know where to find me here on campus, so I got a great gig for you. So I saw him 10 years later at a 7-Eleven. And I was like, you're an ass.
He can make $20,000 from the basement of his own home.
And if I need a gig in the next few years, I'll call you.
Well, I mean, we were just talking about this yesterday. We're talking about, you know, and we all know this, when you're an actor, we build sandcastles on a beach that is quickly eroding. And we always think there's gonna be a day where the band starts playing for you and you have arrived. And in reality, art is like life. You enjoy the process. The process is what makes you good. It's what makes you find importance in life. It's what gives you purpose. It makes you what you are.
Yeah, there is no destination.
There is no destination. So that would be the advice we all would have for our younger selves. Enjoy the journey, guys, because this is it, man. It doesn't get better than this particular journey. The destination, everyone has one.
Agreed.
Right, and remember, everybody says it, but if you can actually realize that, and we talked, like I said, we talked about that. If you're a doctor, an attorney, yeah, you do get to the point where you get your, well, you did. bam, did it right for your PhD, right?
Yeah.
But that is true. There's more of a destination. But yeah, you got to enjoy it because if you don't, it's never really going to be there. And I think every actor would probably say the same. They're always looking for that next thing.
Jason did get the $175,000 student debt, though.
I'm paying it off, but I'm enjoying the process of paying it off. Because I never get to the point where it is paid off.
So, taking that question one step further, talking about, a little bit of seriousness here with being an artist, what type of roles do you each want to play? Is there something like biographical characters? Is there a story you want to develop? You're obviously, you took the initiative and, produced this movie. Did you write it as well? The one...
Chair?
You're good.
You need a chair, Jason?
I was telling everybody, hey, don't forget the Q&A at 1 o'clock.
Sit in the green one. Sit in the green one.
I'll sit in the green chair. Sorry to interrupt. You were talking about films or something.
No. We want to talk about you, Jason. How many Jasons does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Me, Jason Narvey, the other Jason outside.
3 Jasons on this panel. Welcome.
Yes. Woo! Yeah, so the answer is 3, Paul?
3.
I just realized that. Thanks.
Paulie's outnumbered. Do you like what you're not a Jason do? What gives, man?
All right, so if you guys want to contemplate that answer, we can, or if you want to take a stab at it, we can do that. Roles you'd like to tackle or play?
Look, I think the greatest roles are always that kind of Joe everyman. Like someone who is highly unprepared for some gigantic task at hand, whether it's, Willie Loman or Hamlet or Bulk and Skull. It's the characters that have to deal with the highs and the lows, and they don't know where they're going to go yet, Anybody can.
Typecasting is fine if it's my type. And pursuant to that, I would love to play Fatty Arbuckle.
Yeah, you'd be a great fatty, man. Seriously.
Thanks.
Seriously. The 3 people who are like, yeah, vaudeville reference!
I like action stuff. I mean, anything that's physical action, athletic stuff. That's always right in my wheelhouse. So I would love to have been a part of back in the day to have been a part of some kind of a gridiron gang or varsity.
Yeah.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
That'd be cool. Jason, you want to take a stab?
I like my new Rhode Bloodshot that I'm playing.
Dude, I'm so excited. You look amazing. They just released that picture of you. You look awesome. And tell us about that. Valiant Comics.
Valiant Comics been around for a very long time. It's kind of an indie comic.
They're awesome, by the way. You should definitely check them out.
Yeah, Man X War. Bloodshot, Shadow Man, Ninjak. So we're doing the Ninjak versus the Valiant universe, and I'm playing Bloodshot in that. It took 2 hours to get in makeup, but it was pretty crazy. It's a really good storyline. Jim Shooter, who used to run Marvel, opened his own company, Valiant. Me and Paulie were talking about this last night. Tons of different characters, and it's just great to actually be a comic book character. See, when Power Rangers started, it wasn't a comic book, and I love comic books. So to actually be a comic book character is pretty fun, And I could be a character like these guys. Characters. They're popular. You guys are so popular, man. Like I post every show we do. I post on Bulk and Skull, and then, we're all together most of the time anyway. But yeah, people love you guys. I wish you guys were the president of the United States. They were coming in close.
Hey, you know what hindsight is? 2020.
Well, Jason, I will say they do a side-by-side comparison of the comic version of Bloodshot and you look, it is amazing. So I wish you the best of luck with that role. I can't wait to see it.
The whole casting is amazing.
Yeah,
Really? It
is. It's something I'm actually super excited about. Let's go over here. Hi.
Hi, first off, Bulk, Veritech Fighter, Skull Squadron all the way. Second, I had 2 questions. One for Mr. Frank, who conveniently showed up. So my question is, would you like a rematch with the Masked Rider, also known as Kamen Rider Black RX?
Paulie? Paulie knows more about this stuff. He's been in 9 seasons.
All right, let's roll, yeah.
You know, Jason was the voice of the motorcycle in that show.
I am most mechanized things.
No. Anyway, no, I would like a shot at CM Punk, not that mask.
My other question is for Bulk and Skull here. During the pre-production for the Power Rangers Dino Supercharge, a lot of fans wanted you two to finally ranger up and be the Aqua and Gray Power Rangers for the series.
Screw that.
Has there any been a time that you two ever wanted to ranger up and finally become Power Rangers?
No, because why would you take away the character's super objective? If you give them the donut, then they have nothing to quest for, and they are bereft of fortune.
And as we've said forever, heroes come and go, but idiots are forever.
Well said. Well said. Hi, how are you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm David, and I got a question for all four of you. Well, first off, you guys are my heroes and my inspiration. You guys are awesome. So, what are your favorite episodes of the show? I mean, really.
Favorite episodes?
Narvey, you want to start and work it the way up this way?
Yeah, Wild West Rangers.
Yeah. I like that too. That's a funny one.
I like any episode that I got to wear a dress in. Do you know how hard it is to find pumps in the queen size?
Oh my goodness. Jason Faunt?
You know what? Movie Madness was really good. We shot at Universal a lot. I was in a dress then too. And so I think Movie Madness was probably my favorite episode because they put a lot of time and effort into that one.
Mr. Frank, how about you?
I would probably say Fighting Spirit was fun. That was a good one.
Now that one I really like.
I like it too, but there was no turbo in it, and all my stunt guys were different sizes, and it is me though. Shorter, taller, shorter. We all got together for a group photo. I was like, can we get the same size people? Anyway, Fighting Spirit was awesome.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
And
Hey dude, we love your mom. She's awesome. Oh, and well, your mom's awesome too.
Well, thanks again, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Hi, my question is, since all of you have been back for a reunion, being Forever Red or Super Mega Force, what was that like getting the call back to action, so to speak?
Weird. I was taking a picture. Taking a shot of the shoe. I have ADD. Jason, Forever Red. What do you think?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. You know, let me just going back to that. I've known of all these guys because when you go into the Power Rangers studio, they have this wall of fame. So you see all these faces from the past, and you kind of know what they built up, and you're there because of what these guys started. You know, so it was interesting. You know, finally meeting these guys and not knowing kind of my expectations. Like, okay, there's a lot of testosterone that's going to be on screen. How's it going to work? But we all hit it off. I mean, surprisingly, we all hit it off. We had a great time, and we've all stayed very close since then.
It was the leaders of all the leaders type of thing. So I didn't know a lot of different people, but yeah, I mean, learned a lot about Power Rangers and learned how to say tranquility very well. Because I kept saying tranquility, and these guys making fun of me, and I didn't really know them. And I was like, can we lose all those guys at the table? I need to focus on my line. And we lost them all, and I still said tranquility. And they're over there going, I thought I saw a putty cat. I look at them like, but yeah, Forever Red, it was good.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. Quick question for Jason and Jason, both Red Rangers. Can we see at some point before the panel ends today a Red Ranger spar match?
I don't think.
You know, we're running a little late right now, and there's a few other Red Rangers I would like to spar. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Let's not go crazy on that on social media. No, we're friends, man. We're lovers, not fighters.
Absolutely.
And time for us, Red Ranger Jason.
Why don't you ask them to fight? No, I'm just kidding. No, we don't want to do that. They will. Paulie will be like,
During SPD, when they did that season based on all the former Time Force Rangers kids, how did you feel on that legacy being passed from one generation of futuristic Power Rangers to the next? And then, did you ever play a part in the influence of that season as well to help with the car, the back of the plot?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Well, I was kind of bummed when they had my character, when they put someone else's face on my body.
Yeah.
And I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, what? You know, so I don't know what happened at the time or why they did that, but that was clearly the Time Force Red with a different dude's face. Yeah, I'm not sure, so I did not have a hand in any of that.
Not like they have to pay us anymore, since the contract says they can use your image in any medium existing yet to be invented in perpetuity.
Yeah, perpetuity's the name.
Well, did he have a good body?
He was sitting down, I couldn't tell.
Okay, all right, well.
And the last thing was for when you guys were turned into the monkeys, how did you feel with voice acting that whole entire season out? And how did you feel like being Demon Toxic's puppets throughout that whole entire season, pretty much?
How would you like to be someone's puppet? How would you like to be a monkey, my friend?
I didn't have to put pants on for like 6 months, bro. Now, but also coincidentally, I was directing the show during that period too. So there's a few checks. You get your monkey check, you get your voiceover check, you get your directing check, and then you go out and find a hot check.
Well, and check this out. We were working on the spin-off at that point. But Paulie and I overcompensated by producing and directing and acting in Hamlet.
Twice.
Talk about overcompensating, right? Like, I'm a monkey, no, I'm Hamlet!
That's so true, right? Mike, Roy.
A monkey Hamlet show.
Okay, let's go over
Hamlet
here.
show. I would watch that.
I have a question for Jason, David, Frank.
Yes.
I'm kind of new to martial arts and I'm trying to get a black belt. Do you have any advice?
Man, martial arts, just like anything up here, like these guys are talking about acting and training and all. One thing comes down to anything you want to do, discipline and stay strong and be focused. You know, I don't know what these guys are up to, but dedication is the key to it, to be dedicated. Also hold on to your nickels and coins and quarters, because if not, this is what happens. But
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I'm just trying to get the shot. One more. Whoa! Yes.
Hey, Jason Frank, hit me.
Are you ready? Do not kick children, do not kick other kids. What you've seen here today is by the highly trained professionals. Well, these guys are highly trained. Narvey, thanks for coming.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead.
And this is what happens.
Paulie gets hit, but I get hit.
So, to your answer, just stay focused, discipline. Like any art, you just gotta stay to it.
Jason Frank just kicked me in the nuts.
Hey, it's the tight jeans, Paulie. It's the tight jeans. I'm about to rip and the dragon dagger's about to be unleashed. And God forbid I say, let my monster grow. No, please. Oh my God. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. Never know what you're gonna get.
The answer is discipline.
But I have ADD and I love being on the show. These guys, discipline. Yes,
Hello, everyone. Oh, and just want to say this. Jason, David, Frank, you are definitely one of my favorite Power Rangers of all time. Tommy for life.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. So, anyway, this question is for everyone. Excluding your own season, who was your favorite Power Ranger?
Well, Faunt's right here. That's why I travel with them. Love the season. Good acting stuff on the show. In depth. I mean, they you know, had parents and stuff. And we didn't. That's the reason why we were just bad kids roaming around in Angel Grove. And at the same time, just imagine that. Go to bed. Okay, Mom. Tuck it in and just be like, boom, sweet. Hey, what's up, Kimberly? You know what I mean? Like, I was a bad kid. Like, you know, just morph out of the bed, teleport, shoot. But no, Faunt. I like Faunt season.
Awesome.
And I'm sure he'll say I'm his favorite, so we just skip on to these guys if you like.
My favorite is whoever I'm on stage with, and my least favorite is whoever's not here.
Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah, what he said. Thanks you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Yes.
Hello. I just want to say that I've been a big Power Rangers fan ever since the very beginning. My favorite thing about Power Rangers are the Zords / Megazords. I mean, I love robot toys.
Really?
Yeah, and just like Transformers as well. And I am glad that there are some of you Ranger actors here at the Rhode Island Comic Con, but well, to be honest, I just wish there was some others here as well, like somebody from In Space, Lost Galaxy, or
Well,
like
the people,
Rescue.
the problem is in the Lost Galaxy, they got lost. You see, it was a long time ago. Blow with the Wind, like the movie. Blow with the Wind, remember that movie? What is it? I went to see it, but it blew away. That was the problem. That's what happened to Lost Galaxies.
And also.
Yeah, I know it's a dad joke. Suck it up. Who cares? Shut up. I hear that from Jenna all the time. Too bad. I think it's funny. If I was a pickle, I'd be a big deal, but I'm not.
Do you have a question for any of these guys?
Yes. My question is for Tommy. Do you remember your season of Power Rangers Dino Thunder?
Yep, the Dino. Well, of course, I was a doctor. I don't know how that happened, but I became Dr. Oliver.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my question is well, I mean, well, in the past, you and the others have like dealt with many different kinds of villains, you know, like from in space or like from Earth. But well, Mesogog, I mean, he was a villain that was created accidentally by your friend, Menser, whatever his name, and his experiment went wrong, and he turned into that monster Mesogog, kind of sort of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing.
I think so. Faunt, did you use that right? You know a lot about the series.
Oh, yeah, wait, I just remembered one other thing. Wes's villain, Rancic, was also created accidentally. Too.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt, but what's your favorite Megazord?
Well, I guess it's obvious that one of my favorites is the Astro Megazord.
Yeah, it's obvious Paulie's wearing it.
Astro Megaship.
And you look great, might I
Which
say.
is a rip-off of the Millennium Falcon.
Yes. You look great. Thank you so much.
You look awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Hi.
So my question is for Jason David Frank.
I'm a doctor. Yes. Is there a doctor in the house? Boom, boom. I tried. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor. I just played one on TV.
So my question is, when you were filming the Legendary War for Super Mega Force, there was a set shot of Mike, this Green Samurai Ranger, wearing your dragon shield. So my question is, were there any scenes where you interacted more with the other Rangers that were cut out, since we didn't see that in the final episode?
That, my friend, was a social media plant seeded. I said, you know what we should do, Hector? Wear my shield, and then I'll look like I'm passing the shield, and then we'll get a lot of views, and people will talk. That's what it was.
And it worked.
You wear the shield, and, you know, we should have done that more. I should have put the shield on me. No, it was just on-set stuff, like doing I just do pictures and videos, and I just, you know, kind of make stuff up to kind of like, you know.
That guy Hector is so short. He's like the littlest dude I've ever seen.
Well, thank you for your question. Thank you. Yes. Hi.
Hey. I've been recently rewatching the show, and I'm finding more and more as an adult I relate more to Bulk and Skull than any of the other characters. Suddenly they're my favorites. What comes to mind is recently there was this like fan film, this crazy violent Power Ranger fan film, where Bulk and Skull kill off Jason. I'm trying to figure out your feelings on how did Bulk and Skull go from, you know, pranks to full-on felony. How do you feel about that?
Well, you kind of just answered it, didn't you? You don't. I mean, that's you know, I don't even know where to start with
Bulk
that.
and Skull as heroin addicts?
Yeah.
Look, everybody knows you don't taste your own product. Everybody knows that.
Clearly they're speed fiends.
jeans. I mean, look at them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm all about the blow. Look at me. I mean, here's my problem. Look, I love James Van Der Beek, but if you're gonna spend 50 grand on a movie, why base it on someone else's IP? Your idea is better than his, or Chaim Saban's. Your idea is better. Make your own characters, make your own movie, because then you're building a bridge to the 21st century, like Bill Clinton.
All right, there you have it. Thank you. Yes, hi.
This question is for Tommy Oliver. Yes. So, as Tommy, what's your favorite range to morph into? And also, what kind of a special request you could you say it's morphing time?
I could say it's morphin time. You know, the morphing sequences were a lot more complex. It was a lot easier when we would just go, it's morphin time! Cut, move on. Then things got complicated. Then they said, oh, all y'all need to match together at the same time. It was like, where's just this? And it wasn't even like, boom, it was like, it's morphin time. Yes. You know? It was a casual, you know?
When we got to our season, it was like a synchronized swimming event in the Olympics.
And we all had to do it at the same time.
Same time.
It was some kind of funky hand jive too. You guys were doing all kind of.
Secret fraternity handshake.
So you asked what favorite color was that? I would probably just say Tommy was my favorite. No, I'm just kidding. Green. You know, it doesn't. People are come up and they're like, "Hey, man, I'm really starting to hurt your feelings, man. You know, White Ranger was a lot better than the green." I'm like, "It's okay, it's me. It's me. Look at your attitude. Whoa, why would they say that? I'm happy. It's me. It doesn't matter. It's me." They said, "Who would win in a Green Ranger and a White Ranger fight?" Me. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have time for a couple more questions here. Let's go over here.
Yes, a big fan of Power Rangers ever since I was a little kid. Because it opened my eyes for more opportunities for me, and plus I'm becoming an actor. And the thing is, this question is for all of you. For Vulcan Skull, how did you feel in Samurai when Skull actually had a kid?
I know, it seemed like a bad idea to me.
It was very painful. I don't have birthing hips. That's how it felt.
But he was rich, so that made it better.
And for Jason Faunt, how did it feel when, Saban had to, kill off a Power Ranger in the first episode?
Oh, yeah, I'm like, wait, what? You know what, it was, I knew what was going to happen, but I knew that would probably be big in the franchise to have the Red Ranger die in the first episode. So I knew I'd be coming back as Wes and eventually coming back as Alex, so, but it was pretty cool doing it because we knew we'd get a lot of fanfare, a lot of talk.
And for the Universal Ranger, Tommy, how did you, was it confusing for you to switch a bunch of colors and?
Yeah, just it was like the sign I read today in the hotel said white towels, green choice. And I was thinking, that's probably me in the closet deciding what I'm gonna wear and what I should wear. Saban was like, you need to wear green. Now you need to wear red.
You know what? I've known this guy for like 25 years and he is confused.
Very confused.
What's your question?
White towels, green choice.
Yes, we're gonna take one more here. So thank you. Second to last.
Hello. First of all, good seeing you guys again. Always good having you guys. My question is for all of you. My question is, has something embarrassing ever happened to any of them?
Have you ever been embarrassed, any of you?
No, never.
I don't think Paulie and Jason, and I've been embarrassed for them.
This one time when I was playing Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof, without wearing underwear, during the my pants ripped. And then, yeah, thank you. And so all of the girls playing my daughters upstage of me were like, God! And of course, I couldn't turn around because then all of the parents would be like, if I were a naked man.
I can only imagine. All right. Thank you. You know what? Let's take your question and then you'll be the last one. Okay, what do you want to say, buddy?
This one's for Tommy.
Hey, you're Oscar, right?
Yep.
Correct.
That was a the opposite candy, say no. Say no to the candy.
Okay, go ahead, sweetie.
How did you think when the new Blue Turtle Ranger was a kid?
Kid? You know what? Man, I tell you what. All these shows that I've ever done, that's like very rare question. I just thought how cool it is to be a kid and then morph to an adult at that time. I thought it was interesting. It was different for us. It was different just as actors working and all that stuff. But Blake did good. It just looks a lot different now than he did when he was little, like you. But it was cool. I think other little kids liked it and thought, I could be a ranger. And you're obviously the ranger as well today. So
And you look great.
You could be an awesome ranger.
Oscar is an awesome ranger. Get out of here, Oscar. Beat it.
Alright, last but not least, make it a good one.
Okay, simple question. What is your most favorite Ranger episode when you were on set? For all four of you.
Favorite Ranger episode while you were on set that you were presumably in then?
Yeah, pretty much. When you all were doing
Well, we got paid on Fridays.
Whatever episode was Friday.
Whenever we're shooting on Friday, suddenly my attitude was better. Yeah, sorry. Hey, you guys, thanks for growing up. Thanks for watching. We love you.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, you guys can catch it downstairs all weekend, right, guys?